Vladimir Putin has already lost this war because if his goal was to somehow absorb Ukraine into Russia, that will never happen. Even if he grinds some of these cities into rubble, even if he continues to bomb, even if he continues to attack civilians, he will never be able to persuade the Ukrainian people that they in any way want to be part of Russia. I almost said the Soviet Union. That's really what he has in his head. He's lost. The people of Ukraine will want no part of Russia for generations. We heard that over and over. I think one of his other goals has been for some years to divide NATO. He's lost that too. We have never seen NATO as united as it is right now in the last 30 years. And we saw the evidence of that on the ground in Germany and Poland and right up to the Ukrainian border. And I agree with my colleagues that time is of the essence. And one of the things that I'm coming back with is wanting to determine just how long does it take from the time the Congress votes the money, as we did 10 days ago, to when it crosses the border into Ukraine, both for humanitarian aid and for lethal aid. We need to know exactly how that works and how fast it occurs, because we don't have weeks and months. We have hours and days. And that is, I think, one of the things that we're all committed to working with the administration, the Department of Defense, on how this process actually works. The second thing that I came back with was enormous admiration for all the people that are working together to help the people of Ukraine in this situation. The logistical challenge of this is astonishing. Think for a minute of thousands of people coming across the border into what amounts to a big shopping mall, which all the stores were closed, sanitation, bedding, food, transportation. These people are fanning out throughout Europe and to the United States. It's an unbelievable logistical challenge. In terms of the humanitarian aid, why is that so important? It's so important because already about 3 million people have left Ukraine. So we have 3 million refugees. But one of the things we learned on this trip is there's 6.5 million refugees within the country that have been displaced from their homes within Ukraine. So almost 10 million people, 1/4 of the entire Ukrainian population, are now refugees, either within the country or people crossing the border. We saw trucks lined up to take humanitarian aid into the country. I suspect we also perhaps saw lethal aid, but we didn't know it, that's what we were seeing. But that's the crucial element that we have. The other final thing is America should be very proud of the people that we have working for them over there. The sergeants, the majors, the privates, the military people, the State Department people, all those individuals that work for this country, and people from private life. As was mentioned, we had a meeting with about 100 NGOs from across the world, New Zealand, Australia, Canada, the United States, all contributing to solving this humanitarian crisis in Ukraine, while the people of Ukraine use the means that we're providing in order to defend themselves. We are, to quote Franklin D. Roosevelt, the arsenal of democracy, literally. And we have to continue to do so. And for the first time over the weekend, for me anyway, we heard people talking about winning. It wasn't, let's hold the Russians off for a time. Let's defeat Vladimir Putin. As I say, I think he's lost in any case. Whatever he wins, he will never be able to hold because of the resistance of the Ukrainian people. So it was an important and eye-opening trip for all of us. For those of you that wonder, we left here right after the vote on Thursday night, flew all night. We're in Germany all day Friday, then in Poland all day Saturday, back in Germany yesterday meeting with our troops. So it was an intense weekend. As John Cornyn said on the plane last night, isn't it great that we don't have to go to work tomorrow? Oh, wait a minute, we do. And Senator Cornyn was one of our members of the trip. He's in the Judiciary Committee, as you know. But this was an extraordinary experience. But the thing that I think we all took back was the determination of the people of Ukraine to defend democracy and defend their country.